Hi, in this lesson we're going to be talking about the Cartesian coordinate system. Okay, the Cartesian coordinate system is a systematic way of locating points in space. So as you see the arrow moving around on the screen here, you can think of the tip of the arrow as being a point in space. Okay, and so if we want to talk about the point at the tip of the arrow, we want a way to name it. Okay, and that's what the Cartesian coordinate system does. It gives us a way of naming points in space. And so we do that by taking two number lines and crossing them. Okay, so this number line is what we call our x-axis, and the vertical number line is what we call our y-axis. Okay, and on your horizontal axis, your x-axis, here this point where they cross, that's 0. And then when you're moving to the right, that's the positive direction. So right is positive, and to the left is the negative direction. So left is negative. And up on the y-axis is positive, and down on the y-axis is negative. So positive to the right, negative to the left. Positive up, negative down. Okay? Now the two number lines divide the entire space up into 4 sections. Okay? The top right hand section is section 1, and we call it quadrant 1. Upper left is quadrant 2, and as we keep going around, bottom left is quadrant 3, and bottom right is quadrant 4. Okay? Now when we want to name a point in space, we use a pair of numbers called coordinates. Okay? The first number in the pair is called our x-coordinate, and it tells us where the point is in relation to the x-axis. The second number in the pair is your y-coordinate, and it tells you where the number is in relation to your y-axis. So let's practice plotting some points. In this example, the instructions are plot each point and name the quadrant or axis in which the point is located. And we'll plot these points. Okay. So the first point is named by the pair 2, -3. Okay. Now the first number is our x-coordinate, and the second number is our y-coordinate. So they're always in alphabetical order here. Make sure you're very comfortable with which is which. All right. So an x-coordinate of +2 means we're going to go to the right 2 on our x-axis. And a y-coordinate of -3 means we're going to go down 3. So to locate the point 2, -3 on the grid, we'll go to the right 2 and then down 3. And we draw a point to represent the place we're talking about, the point we're talking about, and we label it with its coordinates. So 2, -3. So there's the point we were talking about, and since it's down here in the bottom right corner of the space, this is quadrant 4. Okay. All right, the next point we want to plot on our graph is the point 0, -4. Okay. Again, x is first, so that's your x-coordinate, that's 0, and your y-coordinate is -4. So an x-coordinate of 0, well, 0 means nothing, so that means don't go anywhere on the x-axis. So here we are. 0 means don't move. Then a y-coordinate of -4 means you go down 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And since we didn't move left or right, this point ends up being on the y-axis itself. Okay. So this is on the y-axis. Okay. All right, our third point has two negative coordinates. So this is -3, -2. Since this is our x coordinate, this means we go down, to the left 3. And since -2 is our y coordinate, that means we go down 2. So to find this point, left 3, 1, 2, 3, and down 2, 1, 2. Okay? And that point is in quadrant 3. And I want you to notice, any point that has both coordinates negative will end up in quadrant 3. Because if the x-coordinate is negative, you'll move left. And if the y-coordinate is negative, you'll move down. So any point that has two negative coordinates will end up in quadrant 3. And you can think that way for any of these quadrants. Okay, so just by looking at the signs of the points, you'll be able to tell what quadrant a point is in. Alright, our last point is the point 4, 1, and both of these are positive. So the x-coordinate is 4, that means move to the right 4. The y-coordinate is 1, that means go up 1. So let's locate that point. 1, 2, 3, 4 to the right, and up 1. And that point is in quadrant